So I'm gonna do a little reading for myself for today, and I feel like this will be for the collective. We are all one collective energy anyway. So what is for me is for you from spirit. All right. Today is March 2nd, but if you catch this on a different day and it works for you, then that's what resonates for you. So let's see. Right now, Mercury Retrograde is bringing up a lot of healing topics, and I think that it started before Mercury Retrograde, but this time frame has been when you are really aware of how you are reacting to certain things. You're really trying to maintain and not react in certain ways, because you get, like, if you really are present, you're cognizant of, like, I'm tripping, and I think that it's just been a lot of having to see yourself. So what should we take this time? Let me get some goddess. First, I'm going to do something from the goddess of Isis oracle. And then we will clarify with the tarot. That's what I want to do. Which sounds good. Ooh. I'm going to do 3. So I'm going to do for one for your past state of mind, overall state of mind. Actually, take that back. I'm not doing that past thing. Everybody does past, present, future. What I like to do is I like to see your overlying energy, which is like what's mainly on your mind, the block that you could be having, and then moving forward, the vibe that you need to have. That's what we're going to do. So let's do the overall energy. 32. This is what I have for that. So let's see. Look at that. 32. I pulled it right there. And then the block for the day, 5. I'm going to just shuffle one time, and then I'm going to get 5. Let me get 5. Okay. And then, what's the vibe to move away with? I feel 37. 37 is the vibe to move away with. I'm going to shuffle 3 times for that vibe to move away with. And just how we're going to have our frame of mind moving forward. I'm going to do one more time because I feel like 4 is stability. I think that we need to have a stable mind as we walk away. So we have the overall energy is the lunar queen. She is of the celestial crescent. The lunar queen. So that is actually like interesting because I am a Cancer. And so the lunar queen is basically, she is the queen of, when you think of the lunar cycle, how the moon is always transforming. So if you are going to be the queen of this, and I'm not going to use the book, I'm going to use what is coming to me intuitively, that you have to be the queen of these cycles. And as you're going through these different cycles, you have to find the growth through all these different cycles. The moon phases, you'll find when it's closer to the full moon, you feel a lot more energy. When it's closer to new moon, it's more of a stable kind of feel. So it's like moving through these different types of emotions in different types of phases and finding ways to grow through them. Now, the block for you, what is that? Cartouche? I don't know what that is. I'm going to look it up in the book. But this is the lunar queen, and that's who you should be right now. Like, we should really get that vibe going. Should I turn this on? Oh, I like it dark. So with the cartage, because I just got these cards, I haven't really worked with them very much. Cartouche. Is it cartouche? Lady Isis initiates you now into her special mysteries. The use of sacred annotations, the words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power rather than be undermined or held back by it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally. As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak of will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. Now, the reason why this would be a block, for me, I can see why, and that's because part of what's happening during Mercury retrograde in this time, and that's why when I'm thinking lunar queen, thinking like planetary things and phases that are happening planetarily, and that's Mercury retrograde right now, it has brought back a lot of things from the past and a lot of things that I have not healed from. And so as Mercury retrograde brings back things from the past and calls you to heal certain things, you have to be mindful to heal, because what's happening is we are manifesting. Our words are really becoming real. And most people are noticing such synchronicities with the universe, where it's like you might be dreaming about somebody and boom, they text you, or you might have thought about something and it's like right when you thought about it, maybe somebody confirmed that, or the 3D world confirmed it. What are some good examples? Say I pull into Kroger and a Kroger commercial comes on. Things like that, where you are seeing how aligned you are and in tune you actually are. So being mindful about what you're saying, what you're feeling, what you're putting out there. If you're constantly thinking about the past, don't you feel like you might end up manifesting that past again? So really the universe is asking us to heal that and to move past all of that kind of stuff. The vibe to take with you, to empower you, would be Miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess. So it's like you have to push through this and heal. That's all that's happening right now. And healing, it really means to be accountable for your feelings, to I feel like it's also about not giving up. Because some of the stuff that's come up during Mercury retrograde right now have been very deep rooted things that have been issues for you, and you have to heal these issues, because you're hurting yourself. You're stopping yourself from having a good life. Now, I will say that for me, I've noticed that I have found myself in a pattern, and this pattern is not healthy for me mentally. So how do I break the pattern? And that's where I find myself. Let's clarify some of these. So we're going to clarify your overall energy with the Lunar Queen. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. I'm going to shuffle 4 times because there are 4 major phases of the moon. And plus, I want us to really bring some stability to ourselves. You know, I'm going to do 5 because I want some changes. Let's pick some. Okay. So, we got the Empress, the Empress in reverse, the 9 of Cups, and the Justice card in reverse. So that is really a definite sign that right now through this phase, you are not maintaining your balance, and you have to. You have to maintain your balance, because the 9 of Cups, that is the manifestation card. That's the wish card. This is what's going to really be all that that's inside, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So, but we're finding ourselves here where the Empress is not balanced. And so this is your time to create balance in your life, to really start to not only tackle mentally your hangups, your hurts, and all the things from the past, but also to initiate practices again. Like, I feel so much like we've been in this whirlwind of stuff since January, and now we're like, dude, I need to like sit and reset and get myself together, because I see things slipping, and I don't want to slip. You know, you don't want to slip. You don't want to get to a time where you don't feel controlled. Something is calling me so much to talk about slowing down. Slow the fuck down. We are so used to having to be places at certain times, so then we find ourselves rushing. And then when we rush, it's like you're constantly in this state of rush. Even if I'm on time, you still be rushing in your mind because you just want to make sure. Slow down. Okay? Stop being concerned about time. Not saying to be late for everything. But don't be so concerned about time. So be earlier. Leave and so that you have time to relax while you're going to where you're going. So you're not always rushed. That creates a lot of imbalance as well. But yeah, this Empress being in reverse, it just really feels like you have got to get yourself together, get your energy up, get your creativity up, get back in sync with God and the force of God, the way that you work with God. Get back in sync with that, because you are manifesting right now. And so we don't want what this was saying with your block. And actually, let's pull 3 cards for this. With your block, it's like, definitely there could be something going on with a partner, but you really need to take a new journey with the way that you handle yourself with other people altogether. Because you do have the 2 of Cups, the Hangman, and the Fool's card. And so when we're talking about your words manifesting very fast, you're being initiated into this. So you have a journey that you're going to go on. But the thing is that you have to really see how you work with a partner and with other people. I think that you're in kind of a place where you're just not quite sure right now. Like, you're not sure how to move forward. You're not sure how this is going to work. You're not sure about a lot of things, because right now it just seems like everything is everywhere. And Mercury is in retrograde. Like, it's not an excuse for anything, but it definitely is it definitely is a lot of energy to handle. So when I say Mercury's in retrograde, it's not just an excuse to just fly off like, oh, whatever, it's in Mercury, it's in retrograde. But it is a reason for all of the way that things are energetically. And with these lessons that you keep on seeing that you have to learn, it's like the Fool is a journey that is about your purpose. But it's also about this. You don't want to foolishly go about things, okay? But in the same breath, you want to take a chance. You need to take a chance. Like the Fool, he just packed his stuff. He's going. He don't look like he really has a big, huge plan about where he's going. But you got to get out the Hangman's energy, and you got to take a chance. But you have to reevaluate the way that you think about people, especially in relationships. Whatever has happened to you in the past in relationships, you have to let that go. And I don't mean just with a relationship with man, with woman, with anybody, with friends, with family, with how anybody has done you wrong in the past. You have got to put that to rest, because all that is doing is holding you back. It's holding you back from being who you truly are supposed to be. All of this confusion and frustration, and you don't trust people, and you start to create scenarios about what people could be doing. Fuck all that. Because if you continuously live in that energy, that is what's going to manifest for your life. So if you continuously hold on to that, you're just creating more of that. That is what this is saying to us right here. I'm going to clarify the last energy to walk away with. The miracle of Isis. Miraculous healing goddess. Yep. Yes. Yes. So you got the 5 of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, and the Judgment card in reverse. Okay? So with this, it's saying, first of all, you got to start. Don't worry about nothing in this 3D. Do not worry about nothing in this 3D world. Do not worry. And see, part of this right here, these relationships, that's part of the 3D shit too. Because really, I feel like this. If we are vibrating at our true capacity, and we are working with each other the way that we should as celestial beings, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even be an issue. A lot of this stuff comes from 3D shit, socialized stuff like cheating and lies. Most people cheat and lie and all this stuff because of physical things, because of money or because of sex or because of your own ego and working in your own pain body. So, letting go of this stuff, we have to not worry about this 3D stuff. Do not worry about this 3D stuff. Don't worry about no money. Don't worry about no man. Don't worry about your job. Don't worry about nothing. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't worry. Don't let that be something that takes your energy, okay? I think that there is a day of judgment coming, but it's not like, oh my God, the world is going to end. But it definitely is a day where you have to see what the fuck you're doing, because right now you're not. You're not clear 100% about how you're going to heal. You're not clear about what you want to do next. I mean, you kind of are, but it just feels like when I think about it, it's just everything. And then it starts making me get a little anxious inside. You know, I'm going to pull one of my golf deck cards. And so it's like, you got to stop that. We got to not worry. We have to have a day where we are like, okay, let me really get my shit together and let me plan this out. Let me heal. Let me heal. Let me heal. You know, I'm going to take it away from the 3D, and it really is about healing. Once you heal your celestial vibe being, everything else works. Because, the Knight of Wands, yes. I love that. I love that. Because that's what we need to be doing. We need to be the Knight of Wands right now. Okay? The Knight of Wands, he comes with that magic. See, your wands is like, that's your magic. And I feel like when we see the Knight of Wands based off of everything we've had here, I just feel like we need to get into our celestial beings, our higher vibrated selves. That's how we're going to push through all this 3D stuff. Because you don't even have time really to worry about half of the stuff. Like, I'm going to say this too. Turn off the radio. Okay, take about a week to cleanse yourself of all the trap, all of that fun music that we like to fuck with. That's cool, it's fun. Let's try to take a week off of that if we can, and replace it with some meditation sounds, some binaural beats, or some sound healing. Try to do that because we want to feed our spirits a little more right now. We want our energy to boost. We want our vibe to get a little bit more, our frequency to raise a little bit. I'm not saying that we low vibe right now, but we mundane as fuck right now. I feel like we are very mundane, even though we're having so much of a strong connection with the universe. I think that we are really functioning in a mundane place. God, love's hangover. So I got the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups, that is what I always call love's hangover. Now, Thoth deck calls it luxury. But this is why I say love's hangover. Because it's always about this love where it is just overflowing. But I think it might be too much sometimes. I think that, it could create stability. But love's hangover is like, it was too much. Y'all gotta really sit here and, I see 2 little fountains. I think that this is it too. I'm going to try to do what I just said, and I'm going to erase and try to heal from the past. The past always was a card for me. When I would see it, when I would do readings for people, it was always infidelity. It always was infidelity. Love's hangover always was attached to infidelity. And I want to take that away. I would like to heal that. Healing infidelity. And maybe this is a card directly for me. Because, and I think it did fly out. But so I'm not going to say that this could mean that there's some love's hangover. What I'm going to say is overflow with love and let love be your stability. Let love take away the past where it was something that was negative, and let's make this positive. 4 is a number of stability. This water is overflowing and it's beautiful. This card says luxury. Nothing about this card is negative. So we'll see that, yes, let's push through and let's really be like our spiritual selves more and feed our spirit, and also know that love can be the key to everything that we are feeling right now. To have true unconditional love for yourself and for others. That's going to bring the stability. And if we create that vibration of love and put that into our atmosphere, into our energy field, then we can feed off of that. And then so our anxiety will lessen, our insecurities will lessen, because we love so much that we're not concerned about how others love us, how others look at us, because we just constantly feel that love vibe. So love is going to be your main key when I'm talking about pushing to connect more with your spiritual self. I'm going to pull 2 more cards, and then we'll be done. I just want 2 more cards. If these cards keep flying out, because I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to meditate more. We're going to love more. We're going to let go of past hurt. We're going to stop saying and talking about things that hurt us. We're going to stop talking about anything that's hurt us in the past. We're going to just stop talking about it. Not because we're avoiding it, but because the more we talk about it, I think the more that we are uprooting and creating that right now. Boom. Didn't I just say that? What we about to do, we about to change. So it's the 2 of Pentacles. So we're going to change the way that we are moving right now. We're going to change, yes, look at the balance that's there too. So we are changing to become balanced. So here we saw that we were not balanced, right? So what we've got to do is put in the effort and the time to really work to concern ourselves with how we're speaking, what we're thinking about, what kind of past stuff that we're thinking about, because we don't want to keep dredging up the past. We want to make sure that we are not worrying about this 3D stuff, and we're starting to find clarity in our spirit, taking time, like creating our own little judgment day. But, something just happened. With that judgment, something about the judgment in that moon card just made me feel something in my chest. And I think that we are approaching a time where we are going to have to make decisions about who we are spiritually. I think that other spiritual people are seeing that, and maybe that's why they're pushing so much to save people, save others, tell people about God, Jesus, and things. But this is time to really be prepared. I feel like in the next couple years, we're going to see something where we're going to need to be elevated spiritually. Our vibe is going to be, wrong. Not a couple years. 2023, that's a couple years. 2300. So let's start to get to that place where, I don't know what that was just now. But let's start to get to a place where we are vibrating higher. We're sowing the seeds and creating the foundation for us to be able to evolve and thrive after all the stuff that's going to happen. So let's create change right now in what we're doing in our daily lives so that we can become more spiritually in tune. With this right here, I'm going to read, before I go, one last time, I'm going to read the Miracle of Isis. And that's going to be our final message. That was channeling that just happened. That's happened a while. Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. Perfect close. So let's create that judgment day so that we can let go and get out of this pain body, walk into our celestial selves, and see that we have the universe.